Mango call. Trying to figure out if they're putting AI to work or if it's really John Khuan. Let's give him a call and find out. Hello. Good morning. Yeah. I think John's phone has been jacked by the company. Why would he not answer his own phone if he's up this time of day?
Hi, George.
Good morning.
Good morning or good evening over here.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
This is interesting time frame.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
I'm curious as to what's going on.
Curious as what? Sorry.
I'm curious as to what is going on.
Yeah. So, we're starting to kind of revamp our social media, our sales online for Mango Power E, and then we're gonna be at the RE Plus next week. And then also, like we mentioned before, we're going to be launching our microinverters in the US probably sometime end of this year or early next.
Yeah, the microinverter thing is interesting.
Yep.
Where's this show at that you guys are going to be?
Las Vegas, RE Plus, Las Vegas.
That's a big show, yeah.
Yeah, that's the largest in the US. And yeah, Steve is actually going to be here, our CEO, as well as our CFO. Yeah, kind of restart our, re-strategize kind of our launch or market strategy in the US because of all the recent policies change in tariffs. Yeah.
So are they going to continue the Power E?
We're going to continue at least depleting the inventory there's going to be like an iterated version of that. We do still have the whole home, which right now we're not sure if we're kind of importing new stock. We still have some existing stock, and we sell through that. And then the other is the new microinverter. So that I'm sure we're going to start, but eventually everything needs to be like made in USA due to all the policy changes. Yeah, so we're already starting to figure out the manufacturing side here in the state, the domestic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So why are you up in the middle of the night doing all this?
Oh no, it's only 11 p.m. here in the Pacific US. So, and I'm also working with the China team. It's the daytime or afternoon for them. So. Yeah. Yeah, we just want to, for our kind of relaunch of Mango Power E, we want to make sure to get more, users to kind of post their experience with it, especially the ones that haven't had too many, issues or, yeah.
Yeah, there've been issues, but we don't have issues now.
Right, yeah. So going past through those issues, that's very important.
That's why I'm kind of curious about the continuation of it versus just trying to sell out existing stock.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely from a cash flow standpoint, we want to make sure to deplete the existing, but then, furthermore, we're still going to support it, that's for sure, but moving forward, whether or not we're going to have the iterated versions of it, that's still to be determined. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. To be quite truthful, there's still a certain amount of skepticism in my mind.
Yeah, understood. So yeah, I don't know how to kind of alleviate that, but try my best. Yeah. I mean, if you want to FaceTime right now, then I don't know if that helps, but.
Well, that's kind of why I was FaceTiming.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see her. Yeah, there I am.
There you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel better already.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. No, it's never bad to be too safe, and you can never be too safe, especially nowadays. So.
Yeah, it's getting harder to discern reality.
Exactly. No doubt about that. Yeah.
So how's the kids?
Oh, good. Yeah, they're sleeping. One's 17 months old, the youngest, and she's starting kind of daycare now, and then the 5.5-year-old is also in first grade. So.
I remember when she was just a little thing.
Yeah, grew really fast.
I just had a dinner with my nephew and his son.
Oh.
They live in Japan.
Oh, okay. We actually went to Japan this summer. Yeah, we went for a week.
And I had no idea that he was into aviation.
Oh, wow.
Until we got the announcement that they were coming to enroll him in Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona.
Oh, wow.
So he's now here for started school a week ago yesterday.
Wow.
And
cool.
He's here for a 4-year degree.
Oh, okay. Great.
But yeah, the depleting stock versus we're not going to see any more production.
I mean, we still have a lot of stock, so I don't think it's going to be depleted, that quickly. So if you need more stock, that's definitely doable. We have stock here and we have stock in China. Again, it's now just kind of the recent, tariffs, the trade war, all those policy changes that's what's hard to kind of navigate if anything's coming production from China. But if we do start producing in the U.S., then that would help. But of course, there's a lot of changes with that as well. So, but yeah, if you need stock, we definitely have stock. So no worries about that. Yeah.
Okay. I had seen LDS Prepper up there, Dave Gilmore.
Yeah, Dave Gilmore. Yeah.
And did you? I'm sure you've seen Minuteman Prep, his recent.
Oh, okay, yeah. Funny you mentioned that. So we didn't know how much exposure that got. Even right now, the CEO himself is trying to contact Ben. Yeah, Ben is actually Dave's son, right? Ben
Well,
Gilmore. Yeah.
I'm probably one of the few people in the world that knew when he's talking about he has a friend who knew people, okay.
Right.
Yeah, talking about your daddy? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But,
so, yeah, we're trying to address that. It's funny that you mentioned this. It's right now very much top of the list for the entire team to kind of figure out how to navigate that as well. But right now he hasn't been responding to whether it's calls, email, WhatsApp, text message. So we're trying to get through to him, but he might be kind of busy or maybe went off to the vacation for the holiday weekend. So
yeah. Well,
yeah.
He's put out a couple more pieces since then.
The 4 days ago, or
well, yeah, not on Mango, but he's put out additional videos since then.
Okay. Yeah, so he likes controversy, I think. So he kind of thrives on creating those things. Okay, 4 months ago, 3 days ago, yeah, Anchor. Yeah, I see that. Anchor Solex. Yeah, we're gonna see whatever we can do with that one, but yeah, it's unfortunate. It's going through a lot of hoops with that, and then kind of a bad conclusion. But yeah, we're going to try to make things right with him somehow.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
What about Will Prowse? Have you guys had any contact with him?
Yeah, we did before, and he kind of did kind of a scathing review before, but then he took it off because we found out that he was kind of using it improperly. He didn't know about the actual pass-through function, right? Putting the AC pass-through output. So for now, we're just not going to poke that bear, so to speak, but we are working with other influencers, but not as influential as Will Prowse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always kind of found it curious that there's been no real traction in social media with your product, because it is a good product, and especially since all the original concerns, which Ben talked about. I get stuff early, and I expect there to be occasional. Well,
right.
we've been up and down the whole route. One of the most disappointing things, just to share with you.
Yeah.
It had to do with Dave Gilmore.
Yeah.
When we finally put a soft start in the roof mount air conditioner on the boat.
Right. Yeah.
And he said, "Oh yeah, everybody's had that problem. Well, why didn't somebody just jump up there and say, there's a surge thing there that just bumps that hard limit just only occasionally, and everybody's had that problem." I mean, we've been up and down. We've put some sweat equity into all of this,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and have always been thankful for the battery that we got in the deal. Uh,
Yeah,
you know, I, um, and as I've mentioned, I'm thoroughly appreciative of the attention that you and Patrick paid. You know, hell, he came and sat in my living room once.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
well, okay, I'm convinced you're not AI or somebody took your telephone
Yeah.
away from you and
That's good.
hijacked you back to China, and
Right, yeah.
because you know these are
You can never be too sure,
yeah.
especially nowadays. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, they're crazy.
Well, then there's always the question of what happens with all of the data that is gleaned from the app,
Yeah,
and the fact that the app has never ever given us several of the things that we originally thought we were getting,
yeah,
that were evidently part of the previous Mango product,
yeah.
and nobody ever seemed to be concerned to move forward and make the app a little better.
Yeah,
You know, I know app developers right here in Orlando that could help you right out.
yeah.
But you know, it's fun. It's interesting. Tell you what,
Yeah.
I won't keep you though. I
No
imagine.
problem. No worries. Yeah, glad to get to talk to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Feel free. This is always an open channel, so feel free to let us know anything, and we'll keep you updated on anything as well. But yeah, recently we've just been trying to so-called relaunch in the U.S. So just
Well,
taking
yeah.
it step by step. Yeah,
That's part of business sometimes. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm curious. Why did they pick microinverters to go into? They are not a. You know, I've had very limited exposure to Enphase
Yeah.
and their products, because those microinverters are something that seem to be used more on the whole home solar panel kits.
Yep.
And also those are the ones that the systems that people are out there. How do I put this diplomatically? Selling people systems that are more about serving the salesman than the
Right.
customer.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I have a friend who's been down that road.
It's become a stigma. Yeah.
Well, and then there's the shame factor of what did we really get ourselves into?
Yeah.
Good friend that he knows. He knows how deep into solar I've been because of my cargo trailer that has been self-supporting solar air conditioning for 7 years now. Gee,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
getting closer to 8 now. That's a scary
Yeah.
thought. But when him and his wife, who own a really nice new house,
Yeah.
bought their solar system, you think he called George and said, "Well, what do you think, George?" And I'm sure they're in for tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
With no battery backup. Why would you not
Yeah.
have a battery backup?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Those were definitely the olden days, I guess. But now, every solar system would require a battery backup. Like it's almost a no-brainer these days. But yeah. So to answer your original question, why we got into microinverters is really, and maybe sometime the CEO can kind of, tell the story to you himself. But basically, we're getting into really the next gen of these kind of renewable energy, more innovative products. So far, up until now, everyone's kind of follow, or make some incremental changes to some functions here and there. But then the real thing is trying to make this, more and more mass consumer. So it's not so much installation based, and then it's more like even DIY. You can do it yourself, and then also it's the microinverter actually is going to evolve. And I don't know if you've been kind of keeping up with like what they've been doing in Europe, but the microinverter is the core part of, say, a plug-and-play balcony solar system, and those are coming up, very fast. Like Germany has already kind of fully adopted that, and they actually gained a lot of benefit from it. But now, only recently, U.S. and some states like Utah, California, all these kind of certain states that have put more initiative into renewable energy, now that the federal is kind of like, getting cold feet on it, that they're going to kind of push and drive the initiative on balcony solar. And so balcony solar is actually very much dependent upon having, a sort of smaller footprint of a microinverter. And eventually, what we want to do is you have like the microinverter built in to the battery itself, and then the battery serves as inverter as well as battery, and then it would just be plug and play, and then all you have to do is plug a portable solar panel to that. So eventually that's going to be our whether it's second gen or third gen product, but that's kind of the vision, and the CEO himself, he can probably tell the story better, but he sees that that's really the future in this industry, rather than say, add a feature there and there, or make it easier to install. Installation, is cost, and then whenever it's like an install product, it's more of like a heavy duty appliance rather than a mass consumer, electronic product, which all of us really in the company, we came from that background rather than the traditional kind of solar installation. So we were actually all more doing like myself, right? And I think you mentioned that Patrick and I, we were all from Monster, so
Mm-hmm.
and those are consumer electronics, and those are things that you can just buy off the shelf in a Walmart and a Target and a Costco, and then you just bring it back and plug and play. You just start using it instead of having this installer to come here, how much cost, quote this, quote that, BOS, balance of systems, and so eventually, we're going towards that, some more of a game changer, or more of something that disrupts this industry rather than something that just goes with the status quo. So,
Well, that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
That helps me understand quite a bit.
yeah, yeah,
When we talk about the the incentives, the government incentives going away,
yeah,
I don't think Elon Musk ever thought that we really needed those.
right,
And
right,
I'm very much of the same mind that
yeah,
that people in this country,
yeah,
if it's something cool,
yeah,
they're going to buy it.
right, right,
I know I did. I haven't got any supplement on anything I've ever bought solar.
yeah,
I,
yeah,
being retired and living on a fixed income, I don't make
yeah,
enough money to ever get any of those tax rebates everybody's talking about. I'm not
right,
getting
right.
30% of nothing is nothing.
That's something, yeah, yeah,
And
exactly, yeah,
and so yeah, that's a good direction, I believe, to go in, because and I'll have to look more into it, because
yeah.
I haven't really followed what's going on in Europe.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
And,
that's definitely the next trend emerging. So, yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Well, I get more things to wonder about now.
yeah, yeah,
But so I'm going to go ahead and do something for you guys, because
yeah. Okay,
you have
appreciate it so much.
you
Yeah,
have done for us.
we ought to.
But you talk about a lot of product still available.
Yeah, yeah.
And not quite sure how to feel about something that basically had been discontinued production.
Right, right. Yeah, it's mainly discontinued production is meaning like we have so much product that we don't need more production because the supply is way more than its demand, right? So if we increase the demand and then demand is there, then we'll definitely see a so-called restarting the production. But then we might do it domestically instead of overseas. That's what. Yeah.
I am kind of curious about one other thing. One of the things Ben mentioned about not paying the rent on the warehouse and not having it. What was that about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where these rumors or gossip going about, but okay, so it's really for these RMAs. We've been trying to send out replacement units for like previous ones that they had issues and then they kept it for a long time and then they say, oh well, it's just kind of there and I didn't have a box or something, so we have to arrange all those like logistics and everything, and then all those costs are kind of like building up because they're all like previous ones. They're not even like recent ones. They're like much more previous. And so in order to kind of deal with those costs, we had to move from like warehouse to warehouse. And so because we were in the middle of a transition to another warehouse or even a warehouse of a warehouse or like a 3PL. So it's a third-party logistic company, and then they have different warehouses. And then when they're transitioning warehouses, they stop everything, including they stop the whatever's coming into the warehouse, whatever's going out from the warehouse. So they stop all the transactions or
So they don't have to do liquid inventory.
Exactly. And so when that's going on, then it's like everything's frozen. And so now that we're working with one warehouse instead of like multiple warehouses where we're like just bleeding money with all the warehouses, then yes, if one warehouse gets kind of like in that frozen condition, then we have to wait till that status is over, then we kind of restart things. But now, yeah, right now we're starting to ship again, and of course it's starting from all the RMAs that kind of accumulated from before. So we're trying to deal with that, and then as well as if there's any new sales or any new drop shipments, we can fulfill that as well now. Yeah. It's just a.
I was just curious because
going out of business thing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's part of business, but it's not going out of business.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that are, were just, they were flags.
Yeah, I agree.
Kind of like my brother will tell you.
Yeah.
And the guy I take care of aircraft for, they'll all tell you when they start taking parts off of one airplane to make another one work, it's a sure sign that something's going down the tubes.
Right. Yeah.
I've kind of wondered that about GoPro.
Oh yeah. They've been dwindling for a long time, but they're just like kind of there, not there, downsized, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I do have a good, good news to you, but it's not here in the U.S., but it's a lot of efforts also elsewhere, overseas. So we are starting to do kind of more business in like Australia because Australia has kind of the new incentives as well, and then there's a lot of traction gained there. So we are putting some resources there, but it doesn't mean we're forgetting about North America. It's just that North America, we have the inventory. We want to deplete that inventory as well, but still go on in a new and fresh way, kind of. Yeah.
You ever talk to I forget what his name is, Off Grid Garage down there in Australia?
No, I haven't.
Oh, check that one on YouTube.
Okay.
Off Grid Garage Australia.
Okay, sure.
He's been through not so many power stations, but he's some kind of crazed engineer that has gone through iterations of his solar system and battery systems.
Okay.
He builds his own battery kind of stuff, and one of his big things seems to have been the DIY big battery pack where they send you the kit with all the parts, and then you buy the cells, and some of them come. You know, you can get the cells also. You're saving money by putting it together yourself.
Yeah.
It's one of the, even as a poor man on fixed income, I just as soon pay somebody else to do some of that. That's kind of why we're in the mango. You know, my brother wanted something that was, you know, plug and play and.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, one other thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
There have been a lot of videos lately on how to import DC power into your power station. And we were wondering, is there a way into the Mango to add any other external battery other than the proprietary one?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I can kind of throw that to our engineers to ponder over, but yeah, I haven't heard any of that before then, so.
That was one of the reasons that we asked about the input port on the external battery.
Right. Yeah.
And I forgot the big word that you use. You use some big word of
vestigial.
Yeah, that was a totally new one on me. I had to go look that one up.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in that port at all? Nobody?
No MPPT. Yeah, no MPPT. Yeah.
Well.
It's just the same mold, you know. It's the same mold, but without the guts.
So there's no connection to anything in there?
No MPPT. Yeah. But yeah, I'll look into like if there's a way to like MacGyver it, you know, with the DC or something. But there is a guy on YouTube and you know elsewhere, but his name I think Gamma Harrison, and he's actually kind of you know really tinkered with it himself really well. So I don't know if you want to like look at his videos or take a look, but he might even know like because he's doing things that say even the factory themselves wouldn't do. You know, or the engineers, they're kind of like you know.
That's been a bit of a trend on YouTube lately. Is how to add external DC power to your existing unit without having to go and buy the expensive.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. I see the external battery's got a pretty nice price on it, but it's still not as cheap as you know a rack mount. There's several options that are just really, really great to add large quantities to what we know to be a good working machine. Like I said, we just added for hurricane season.
Yeah.
It's a Medea. They're very high efficiency. It's what I use in my trailer.
Oh, okay.
You know, the things that and my brother is also, since he's had lung cancer, he's been on supplemental oxygen. So one night when we had a power failure, and we don't have, we're so close to a power plant, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's got to be something on a loop out here. And one night we did have a power failure.
Yeah.
And it was nice to be able to sit and watch TV and run his oxygen machine without.
Right.
So there's things that are there.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
That's why, excuse me, that's why I've been kind of concerned about the longevity of the Power E. You know,
understood.
It's going to be around, and if there are a lot of them, how do we kind of get with the rest of the world being able to add some relatively massive amounts of capacity to it? For an extremely better price than the expansion battery. And here again, you can only put one expansion battery on it.
Yeah.
So you're never getting over that 7 kilowatts per 7 kilowatts per unit. 14 between the two. Well, we keep our two in different places. One is living on the boat doing a great job. We have the only problems we have these days are with hotspot. And in the trailer, we scrapped the hotspot. We went to Starlink.
Oh, okay, right. So,
And by taking it off of a hotspot, we saved almost enough money to pay for the economy version of Starlink.
yeah.
And of course, you get to your 50 gigabytes on the Starlink, they'll sell you whatever you need for $1 a gigabyte.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Having way too much fun sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. With the technology.
Yeah, if you could find me out something on that would make my brother very, very happy.
Sure.
If we can
find
a way to do what other people. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
it would also be something that would be fun to, if we could get out ahead of it. Other people, nobody really seems to mess with the mango. I've always been a little disappointed in the social traction.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully, we're gonna at least get that restarted again. Yeah. So.
Well, and we'll be part of it. Happy to be part of it, John.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, George.
So anything you can find out on that for us would be fine. And
I will. Yeah.
When you're thinking of us, shoot us a text so we know you're kicking out there. And whatever you can help us find out is stuff we can use to move forward playing with toys.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay?
Got it, yeah.
Well, God bless everything you do. It's so good to talk to you.
You too. Yeah, likewise, George.
And
appreciate it.
Face to face makes it fun.
Yes, definitely.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, talk to you soon. Thank you, George.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Well, that was interesting. Are we there yet? Maybe.